What exactly happened to Taehyung that made Jungkook look so panicked on the plane? And why did Bang Si-Hyuk suddenly reveal shocking facts about a serious injury that the public never knew about? This question now haunts the minds of millions of ARMYs worldwide after a series of unexpected events that began with a viral video on August 4th, 2025. A moment that was initially thought to be a sweet and loving interaction between two BTS members has now turned into a massive wave of speculation shaking the entire K-pop industry. There is something deeper, more worrying, and more mysterious than just a simple nosebleed that Taehyung experienced inside the cabin. The video uploaded by X account @LilacForever indeed became the starting point of everything. In the footage, Taehyung can be seen sitting on Jungkook's lap, holding a tissue to his nosebleed, while Jungkook never stopped giving comfort and attention. At first, ARMYs welcomed this moment with hysteria mixed with warmth. However, just a few hours later, rumors started spreading that what happened to Taehyung was not just an ordinary nosebleed. The shocking news came when Bang Si-Hyuk, founder of hybe and the influential figure behind BTS's success, gave a short statement to Korean media, hinting that Taehyung's injury might be related to an old wound that had never been talked about publicly before. What Taehyung is experiencing is not a minor issue. We are conducting further examinations to ensure that there are no serious effects from the old injury that has resurfaced, said Bang Si-Hyuk in his exclusive interview. That statement was like a bomb exploding in silence, shaking the global fan community. How could such an old injury never have been known before? Why did something like this suddenly come to light in such a dramatic and unexpected situation? As this news spread, all eyes immediately turned to Jungkook, who had looked visibly panicked, yet tried to hide his anxiety from the cameras recording the fans. In that video, there was a brief moment where Jungkook lowered his head towards Taehyung, seemingly whispering, "Hold on," with an expression filled with fear and deep concern. ARMYs analyzing the footage frame by frame said Jungkook appeared to hold back tears as he realized his friend's condition might be more serious than it looked. The big question now arises: is this old wound Bang Si-Hyuk mentioned related to a past physical injury Taehyung suffered, or is there another factor that has not been revealed? Longtime fans recalled several moments in previous years when Taehyung seemed uncomfortable on stage and even missed some practice sessions due to health issues that were never fully explained. Is this finally the moment when the truth is coming to the surface? International media did not stay silent either. Times now released a report titled "BTS vs Health Raises Concerns." Bang Si-Hyuk confirms old injury could be back, which immediately trended in multiple countries. Meanwhile, Sportskeeda wrote, "Jungkook's panic on flight explained?" Fans speculate connection to V's past injury. These headlines only added fuel to the wave of panic and worry already flooding social media timelines. Many fans started to speculate that the extremely tight schedule following their military discharge might have triggered the recurrence of the old injury. Yet what touched hearts the most was Jungkook's sincerity in this entire situation. According to eyewitnesses on the flight, Jungkook never let go of Taehyung's arm, even when flight attendants came offering first aid. He seemed unconcerned about cameras or other passengers, his focus fixed solely on making sure Taehyung was alright. A passenger sitting not far from them said, "I didn't know what was happening, but I saw Jungkook genuinely terrified." He kept wiping Taehyung's blood with tissues and whispered something that seemed to calm him down a little. Thousands of prayers and well wishes poured in from across the globe, showing how much love ARMY has for their idols. Yet behind this overwhelming support, there was also frustration that could not be ignored. Many fans questioned why management had never been transparent about the members' health conditions, as if important information regarding their well-being had always been kept secret. Bang Si-Hyuk himself did not provide detailed information about what type of injury it was, or how the old wound originally occurred. However, an internal source who wished to remain anonymous mentioned that Taehyung once suffered a severe muscle injury during training years ago, which, although it healed, left lasting effects that could resurface at any time. If this information is true, then it is understandable why Jungkook looked so panicked on the plane. He was not just seeing his friend have a nosebleed, but witnessing signs that an old injury that once worried them deeply might be coming back. Another growing speculation is that this injury could affect BTS's preparation for their major comeback in the spring of 2026. With a packed schedule ahead, including an international tour and collaboration projects, ARMYs began questioning whether Taehyung's health could endure this pressure. Many hoped that Big Hit would prioritize the members' well-being above all commercial plans, but the history of the K-pop industry often showed otherwise. Now, millions of eyes are watching every move Jungkook and Taehyung make. Will they appear together soon to ease fans' concerns? Or will Big Hit release an official statement explaining the real condition? So far, there has only been silence, and this silence fuels uncontainable curiosity even more. The moment on the plane that at first looked sweet has now turned into a bigger puzzle piece, exposing a darker side of the Korean entertainment industry that rarely surfaces. Behind the smiles, the dazzling stages, and the warm moments often shared with the public, there is a harsh reality about physical and mental health that is often overlooked. Jungkook, with his genuine panic, seemed to represent the voice of ARMYs worldwide who only want one thing: to see Taehyung healthy and happy, without sacrificing himself for the demands of his career. The question now is no longer just about what happened on the plane on August 4th, but about what has been hidden all this time. Will this old wound become a shadow looming over BTS's future? Are there more secrets that have yet to be revealed? And how much longer will the members' health remain a mystery that only surfaces through unexpected, dramatic moments like this? Was the incident on the plane just the beginning of a bigger drama that has long been covered up by the management? As time went on, a wave of new rumors and speculations emerged, further expanding the mystery surrounding Taehyung's old injury. Exclusive reports from several Korean media outlets revealed that after landing at Los Angeles Airport, Jungkook was seen approaching the management staff with a tense expression, as if demanding answers or explanations. Some eyewitnesses even claimed they saw Jungkook arguing with a senior hybe manager, with hand gestures showing frustration and deep concern that was hard to hide. An anonymous source, allegedly within the BTS team's inner circle, leaked that Jungkook was furious with how management handled the situation. He couldn't accept that Taehyung's old injury was never disclosed openly, not even to some group members. Jungkook feels Taehyung is not getting the proper medical attention he deserves, and he's demanding a more thorough checkup before they continue their work schedule in America, the source told local media. Although no official confirmation has been made, this report quickly went viral, fueling the already burning controversy surrounding BTS over the past few days. This tension escalated further when a report by renowned Korean entertainment journalist Kim Jae-hyuk revealed that Taehyung's old injury possibly originated from an extreme training incident before BTS's debut. According to the report, Taehyung once suffered a severe muscle injury in his shoulder that required long therapy. Although he recovered and returned to the stage as usual, the injury left a mark that could relapse at any time, especially when the work schedule becomes extremely intense. This is no secret to some people in the industry, wrote Kim Jae-hyuk, but this fact was deliberately never disclosed to maintain the strong and perfect image they wanted to build for BTS. If this report is true, then the moment on the plane was not just a small incident, but a harsh warning about the risks Taehyung faces every time he goes through heavy schedules. This also explains why Jungkook looked so terrified, not just because of the blood coming from Taehyung's nose, but because he knew that the condition could be a sign of a more dangerous old injury returning. Many fans felt disappointed with how hybe handled this situation. Instead of providing explanations and calming concerns, the company chose to remain silent, seemingly hoping that the rumor would die down on its own. However, it did the opposite. The company's silence made the issue explode worldwide. International media began questioning the ethics of the K-pop industry in handling their artists' health, comparing this case to several previous incidents where idols were forced to perform despite not being well. Amid this storm of controversy, Jungkook and Taehyung remained silent. Yet their silence spoke louder than words. Fans' cameras captured moments of the two leaving a hotel in Los Angeles, with Jungkook always staying right by Taehyung's side, as if becoming his personal protector who refused to lose sight of him even for a second. This gesture made ARMY even more convinced that their bond went far beyond just being groupmates. Jungkook wasn't just concerned. He looked ready to fight anyone, even management itself, to protect Taehyung's health. Speculation heated up further when rumors spread that Bang Si-Hyuk himself was planning to call an emergency meeting with BTS's private doctors to discuss Taehyung's condition. Some fans speculated that BTS's work schedule in America might be cancelled or at least postponed for further medical checkups. But so far, there has been no certainty, leaving ARMY worldwide waiting anxiously while monitoring every new piece of news from the media or the group's official accounts. The big question now hangs in the air. Is this the start of the transparency fans have long wanted? Or will it end as just another rumor covered up under the excuse of protecting artist privacy? Is Taehyung's old injury truly just a physical issue? Or is there an emotional trauma he has been hiding behind his onstage smile? And will Jungkook continue to be the only shield standing between Taehyung and the immense pressure of an industry that knows no pause? ARMY, known for their loyalty and love, are now united in one voice. Taehyung's health must be the top priority. But with such enormous global pressure, a planned comeback schedule already set, and the unstoppable commercial demands, is ARMY's voice strong enough to change the direction of a giant company like hybe? Or will we once again see the same story repeat itself, where the well-being of artists is sacrificed for the sake of stages and sales figures? One thing is certain: the events of August 4th, 2025 will always be remembered not only as a sweet moment between Jungkook and Taehyung on the plane, but as a turning point that opened the world's eyes to what truly happens behind the glittering K-pop stage. And the most frightening question that remains unanswered to this day is, will that old injury continue to haunt Taehyung, or is there a darker story that has never been revealed to the public?